up, guys? Welcome to the video today. I am very excited to present to you the newest car in the modified garage. That's right, guys. So we've got the 6.3 AMG C63 Mercedes-Benz on the channel now. Now, you've seen all our content with the Jeep and its Mercedes-Benz engine, and well, I guess Dad just couldn't get enough of the Mercedes stuff, guys, because here's the newest thing to the garage. Okay, guys, I bet you're wondering, what are the differentiating features on this C-Class that differentiates them from all the other ones? Well, I could sit here and tell you all about it, but honestly, I quite don't know that much about these cars. You know, I'm more into the diesel Cummins content. So I think we're going to hand it over to Dad and let him tell you about this thing. Okay, guys, so driving this car a little bit, this is a really good driving car. I mean, the outside of it, if you really don't know what these cars are and know what to look for, I mean, you'll blink and you'll miss it for, you know, multiple reasons. But this thing drives really well. I mean, it handles great. It's got great power. I mean, out of even the BMWs and the Audis, this thing's got a huge V8 in it. And when you put your foot into it, I mean, it rears up the front end and it takes off. But like I said, you know, I don't know a whole bunch about this car. So I think it's best to kind of hand it off to the man that's researched these cars to death before he bought one. So Dad, what do you like about this car the most, and what like made you want this car over, say, a Charger, you know, a 392 or anything else you were considering?
Typically in this car, what really draws me to it is that it's a German sedan. So German sedans mostly are relatively sedate, but it's what's under the hood and what's under the sheet metal that really applies to me that I like. One, they are relatively low production. Two, it's the first AMG engine hand built. That's pretty significant. You don't really find many of these cars out, so you really got to look, especially to find a good original car that's been taken care of. That's key. I really like the 6.2 liter V8 that's in it, even though 6.3 AMG is a nameplate in commemoration for the early racing 6.3 in Mercedes. This car has a lot of torque. It's understated how much torque this car has. This is not a P31 or a P30, I'm sorry, let me be correct, packaged car, so it does not have the limited slip diff, the larger brakes, and the tune. Of course, we're going to fix that. This car really doesn't need it. The limited slip diff comes into play whenever you select the ESP off. But other than that, the way they control it, like a lot of modern cars, is through your differential braking in your rear to compensate for your traction loss. This car does a fantastic job. Once again, this is a 2009 C63 Mercedes-Benz. She has about 103,000 miles on the clock. Well taken care of car. I've seen worse. I've been looking at these cars for a little over a year now. Some people say, how come you didn't get the facelift, the 2011, and I think half and up to 2014?
Yeah, so what differences do those facelift models have that this car doesn't? Like, what did they change between those?
Okay, as stated, the facelift 2012, the front end, I think, in my opinion, doesn't look quite as aggressive. So that was my choice for picking the first generation C63. Also, the engine is the same except for the dreaded head bolts. If you have a car that's within a certain serial range of the engine, which I believe is 658, if it's 658 and below, you have a head bolt car, a car that's effective for head bolts. Basically, they end up corroding. Not all early first-gen C63 AMG M156 engines do this or have this. You read a lot of stuff on the internet that scares the crap out of you. Just do your homework.
Did they change anything as far as the transmission or the axles or anything goes as far as those newer facelift models as well?
The rear axle is still the same. It's a 2.82 ratio. Like I said, the front end is changed. The dash is changed also. What else is changed? The transmission itself. Now, this is a 7G-tronic transmission, 722.9. The newer one in the facelift models are not a torque converter. They are a DCT transmission. At some point in time, those clutches will wear out. However, people are modding these things, making a lot of power, and you never hear a single problem out of those transmissions. Transmission is solid. Just like with all Mercedes-Benz and German products, you need to service your stuff, which is not hard to do. After driving this car and being around this car for 24 hours, my favorite thing about this car is the way this car sounds, I'd have to say. I mean, this is a really good sounding car for what it is, and you know, if you heard it, you wouldn't expect it. Thing sounds awesome for a Mercedes-Benz. I mean, you don't think a car like that would sound that good, but it does, and it's only going to get better. Okay, so what mods do you plan on doing with this car? Well, I would like to do the aft converter delete, which is okay because the primary converters will stay in place, being an OBD2 car. The resonator has been deleted, so that'll stay out. I would like to, depending on what I find in the camshafts, that's another video, like to put possibly headers on it. Really opens up these cars big time, but definitely a midsection X pipe. The rear half of the exhaust, being their AMG tips, the mufflers are specific to this car, so they don't come on E-Class or CLS or anything else. Those are going to stay, so the aft half is going to stay intact for originality of the car. Okay guys, we got some good pulls in, although it did start to rain on us, so we're actually heading back to the garage now, and we're going to bring up a couple other things on this thing. Not bad, not bad. Okay guys, so as amazing as this car is, it doesn't come without a few flaws. Now this car does have some damage on the fog light, and what's actually pretty crazy is this is a fully glass fog light. Like, that's a glass lens, which I didn't even know they did on cars, you know, even this age anymore. Also over here we've got a little bit, the grill, it's kind of dry. I'm not sure what's kind of happened with it, but it's kind of cracking and it's dry. But the good news is, not only did we get this car, or he got this car for a great deal, but it actually came with some new parts. We've got the fog light right here, and we've got the new grille right here. So guys, you already know there's a video coming where we're going to be putting this stuff in. Now don't just think we're just going to be doing a bunch of cosmetic mods to this car, because you know that's not how modified is. We've actually looked at this car a little bit, and we've noticed that the rear end has a little bit of a leak going on. Actually, it's a pretty moderate leak. So that's going to have to be addressed pretty soon. And then also the front power steering has a leak as well, as we suspect. So we're going to be going into that stuff. And then this car has an open diff, I know, like he mentioned earlier in the video. So, I mean, a limited slip might be in the works. Okay guys, so with all that said, with the things that I've showed you with this car, that's going to leave us with a lot of great videos and content. So make sure you guys stick around to see all this AMG content we got now, in addition to our Mercedes diesel and Cummins diesel stuff. And you know what? Like, subscribe, and comment. Turn your notifications on, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, one cool thing I wanted to show you before we left was we actually got a badge for this thing. Now I'm not one at all for up badging a vehicle, but this is actually a badge that comes off the Sprinters, you know, the Dodge Freightliner, Mercedes Sprinters with the same engine in it. So, you know, Dad thought it would be a really great idea to get one of these to put on the Jeep. And I was a little skeptical at first, you know, like I said, I'm not into up badging anything, but I mean, it's telling the truth, and actually it looks pretty good now that it's been on here for a while. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this badge.